She don't let him. Of course, Joe won't go into him because he's too sophisticated. It's hard to meditate in a titty bar. And, but the worst thing about coming home from the titty bar was trying to get away with it, you know? Sneaking back in the room, sliding into bed, just like, I made it. Drifting off to sleep land, you're just like, titties, 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 titties. And then getting woken up. Like, get up, asshole. Why do you have $85 in ones in your wallet? And why do they have glitter all over them? And why do they smell like a hooker's ass? She's not a hooker. Her name's Brittany, and she's going to college. Because that's the dream. You're paying for their college, not their meth addiction. But I've been to some shady titty bars, guys, all over the country. I've been to some that is just a dude's house. Been to some shady places. I went to this one titty bar. And there was a girl in there who had 2 different sized boobs. And I know by nature, all women's are just a little bit different, but you can't even tell. They're just a little different. But this shit was noticeable, Nat. You know, I mean, it was like an A cup and a D cup, you know? And I'm thinking, save up. Get that shit done at once, you know? You're a titty dancer. Show some class. Looked like somebody just grabbed a hold of one and squeezed the shit out of it and it shot over into the other side. It was weird. I quit paying for weird shit when I got clean, so... No, I didn't. Still pay for all sorts of weird shit. I just don't admit to it. I had a stripper one time tell me we had the same job. She was like, me and you have the same job. You entertain people for money, and I entertain people for money. And that may be true, but there ain't one guy in here who's going to pay me $25 to tell him a fucking private joke. You know, I mean... I can't go sit on this dude's lap. So 2 Catholic priests walk into a bar. You know? Guess it just doesn't work that way. Damn double standards. I saw this one girl, she was, and here's my whole deal, man. Girls, if you want to strip, strip. Take it off, especially you. Take it off. And, but if you're more than 2 months pregnant, stop it right now. It's wrong. I saw this girl, she was like in an upper mester. She was big. She climbed the pole. And then her water broke. She slid down that bitch like that cliffhanger ride at Six Flags and shit. Like, the baby shot out and started taking tips and shit. I went to this one place and this guy walks up to the stage, turns around and lays down on his back. Which doesn't sound too sanitary, does it? You know where I'm going with this shit. And this chick comes up. He puts a $5 bill on his nose and this chick literally snatched it. And I'm thinking of the poor kid the next day who's paying for his lunch in poon bucks, you know? I mean, that's... They use that money. Shit doesn't go to the bank. Like, Mom, I want a cookie. Get you one. Fuck the cookie, Mom. want you to quit stripping. I got friends over, okay? And I close with this everywhere I go just because it's some fucking wacky shit, and it's right here in Amarillo, so after the show, y'all want to fucking go? No, there's this place here in town called Beavers, which is the most clever name for a muff hut in the world, Beavers. They're one step away from calling that bitch hatchet wounds or something, you know? I mean... But there's a midget stripper that works out there. I'm not making this up. Cross my heart. Midget stripper out there. The first time I saw her, she was butt naked riding a tricycle around on stage. And I was disgusted. But I was still like, that's a fucking midget on a tricycle, you know? So I tipped her $50. She gave me a coffee table dance. She was just peddling a little pussy. Her name's actually Sugar. I call her Sweet and Low. She's a nice girl. While I'm tipping her, this guy comes up with a $10 bill and says this to her. I want you to show me something I've never seen before. To a butt-naked midget on a fucking tricycle. I looked at him, I was like, President Bush? That's my time, guys. I had a blast. God bless you all. Thanks for